This is Monday Conversations, Mic Drop, with Dr. Rock.
And Dr. Melvin. What's good, y'all? And today's topic is, what do you do when you don't sense or you feel the presence of God?
Interesting topic. Another interesting topic like last week.
Yeah.
You're really pulling these topics, my king.
Yeah. Well, it's the Lord just, dropping these on me because a lot of times, it's just those things that he's just given to me. When we don't feel him or we don't sense him, what do we do? I know in times past, especially when I was in my flesh and I didn't feel his presence, a lot of times what I would do is just, lean on people.
Oh, wow. Interesting perspective. And I can see that. I can see that, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. When you think about, because I was looking at it from a different perspective, but I'm gonna embrace this perspective right now. So, when you think about the Israelites, God wanted to be their only king, their only savior, their only deliverer, but they wanted flesh. They wanted man so bad,
right?
And so he said, "Okay, you want a king? I'm gonna give you a king."
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that perspective. When we don't feel him, and it's not because he's not present.
Mm-mm.
It's because we're absent.
Because he said he would never leave us nor forsake us.
That's it. So then, then why don't we feel in that regard, in that perspective? Because he's a relational God.
Come on. And remember what I said, though. I said in my fleshly days, in those days when I, my immature days, I would seek after people instead of seeking after him because, I wasn't taught, to really go after God like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was, my focus more so, especially as a young, believer, and I'm choosing my words carefully, and there's a reason for it. I don't want people to get convoluted in a lot of things, but for me, I'm looking at it from a different perspective. As a young believer, I was taught certain things, but the one thing I wasn't taught was how to go after God.
That part.
To in relationship.
I
was taught to go after God, not for him per se, but just so I wouldn't go to hell.
Oh, you barking up a tree now.
You understand what I'm saying?
And that is a big difference with that.
Absolutely.
I don't want to feel the wrath of God, so I'm going to get in his presence, to be with him, but to get something from him so that I don't feel his wrath.
Right.
And that's huge.
And it wasn't for relationship. It wasn't for the relationship. It was just so I wouldn't incur his wrath or his rage or anything like that. But as I grew, as I started to mature, and I understood that he's a father.
He is.
And what he really wanted from me was more a relationship. So when I didn't sense him, all it was really him really unctioning and urging me, just go further. Go further. No different from any other relationship that we have.
Absolutely. There has to be engagement.
Exactly. Exactly.
Participation.
Because people have to realize that even in our own personal relationships. When we start to feel like our own relationships are lacking, what do? We pursue.
Exactly.
We don't just let them fade out. We pursue.
We
try to figure out what's going on, and we try to do something about them. It's no different from when we don't feel the presence or we don't sense that God is close. We have to go after him.
And that was the perspective that I was looking at it. I'll never forget, prior to marriage, people, when I used to live in the towers, they used to say, Wani, if we come into your house, can we not pray? Because that was just my lifestyle. That is my lifestyle. That's all I wanted to do was pray, 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 pray. Hear from the Lord. I just loved his touch. I loved his presence. And I'll never forget, I forget the name of that agency that I used to work for. It's right off of Route 4 in New Jersey. And I had got this job. And I was in such agony sitting in that job. I'm single at the time. And you got to go to work. But I'm in such agony because I want to hurry up and get back into his presence. To the point that I couldn't wait to leave the job, get in my car to drive on Route 4 or Route 46 to get back to the towers so I can get back into his presence. But then, when you get married, you get in relationships, you have to divide your time. When you're single, he can get all of your time. But when you're married, you have children, your time is divided, so that's how I was looking at it from that perspective. And it's funny that you would bring this topic up because I'm talking about this topic basically in my paper for school. Our teacher put us on an assignment for us to do something for 7 days. I completed it last week, but, I have to finish my paper. But it was just about that, because there was a time where you and I we would get in such battle, such turmoil, and I would get in his presence and not feel him, because of all of the noise that was in our life. And I would just weep, God, please don't take your presence from me. Because I know what engaging with you feels like. I know your touch. I'm familiar with you because we've been in this thing, since 1990. So I'm like, God, please don't take your presence from me. And so with that, you talked about pursue. And I would just stay there and just pursue. And I'm like, God, I'm coming after you. I'm chasing after you. I'm pursuing you because I don't want you. I don't want your presence to be faded in my life. I don't want a fading presence. I want the endowing presence of God. Every time we come together and talk, every time we come together, and because there's a difference between prayer and intercession. I talk about that all the time. But when his presence was just fleeting, when it wasn't there, it wasn't because, like I said, he wasn't there. Mm-hmm. It was because of all the noise that was in my life. So my prayer time went from, complaining.
Come on.
Just about the issues of my marriage. God, don't you see what I've gone through in my marriage? I mean, I stopped praying and I started complaining, because my prayer time, when I get into his presence, I'm adoring him. I'm honoring him before I even get to the point of intercession, because I'm looking for him, for us to make the exchange, so.
But I think that's where a lot of people miss the mark. Because when they, and I'm not saying everybody, mm-hmm. I'm saying some people, right? Because when they go to prayer, what do? Again, they have a laundry list.
Yeah.
They don't go for the exchange.
Yeah.
They just want to petition, right?
Yeah.
Let's go to Psalms 51 real quick, right?
Okay.
David, and I'm going to pick up, this is the Amplified version, verse 4. David says, against you only have I sinned and done that which is evil in your sight, so that you are justified when you speak your sentence. David was real with God, right? And faultless in your judgment. David kept it real again, right? I was brought forth in a state of wickedness, and in sin my mother conceived me. And from my beginning, I too was sinful, right? Behold, you desire truth in the innermost part.
Yes, the inward part.
Right? And in the the hidden part of my heart, you will make my wisdom known to me, right? Purify me.
Yes.
With hyssop, and I will be clean.
Yes.
Wash me, and I will be whiter than snow. Make me hear joy and gladness and be satisfied. Let the bones which you have broken rejoice. He says, hide your face from my sins and blot out my iniquity. Create in me a clean heart. And renew a right spirit and a steadfast spirit within me. And then he comes back, he says, do not cast me away from your presence.
From your presence. That's it. Do not what?
Cast me away from your
Right.
presence.
So he's always present. But we can so not be present.
Get away from him.
Yeah. Because he is Emmanuel, God with
us. And we'll separate ourselves from him just by our actions, with our thoughts. Because what we do is again, David was talking about his sins.
Yeah.
That's why he said, blot out my transgressions.
Yeah.
Right? Because he knows what he's done. We know what we do. We may not want to acknowledge what we've done, but those are the things that put separation between us and God, right?
We got to be sanctified.
Come on, that's that part, right? Nobody wants to be sanctified. They're fine with salvation, though.
But we want to encourage them to be sanctified.
Absolutely.
We want to encourage them to go after God. We want to encourage, the listeners, that when you don't feel his presence, it's not him.
Mm-mm.
It's for us to pursue him.
Exactly.
Like the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longeth for thee. So we have to go after him. You hear some people talk about soaking.
Come on.
Soaking in his presence. Just laying before him, just adoring him. Like we read in one of my books, it's top down instead of bottom up.
Right.
Right. And it should actually be both. That engaging piece to just seek after God, because he said, if my people who are called by my name will one humble themselves, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, pray. He said, I'll do three things. He said, I'll hear you, I'll forgive you, and I'll heal your land. So if you do 4 things, I'll do 3 things. So he's looking to make the exchange, right? But he said, if you do 4 things, so I need you to do a little bit more, because I'm God. Because I can do anything I want.
Anything, whenever I want.
Yeah, but I'm looking for that pursuit from you. So we want to encourage the listeners to go after God. And get up. Don't just get up and go to work. Get up to be with him.
Absolutely.
Take a lunch to be with him. Go sit in your car and eat your lunch while you're talking to him.
Come on.
Forsake going out to Applebee's or Longhorn or whatever
wherever you
restaurant of choice that you want to go to, that day, and just say, God, I want to give you some more undivided attention, so I can feel your presence.
That's it.
Yeah.
Pursue him.
Yes.
Matthew
yes.
6:33 says, "What? Seek ye first
the kingdom,
which is him."
Yeah.
For he is the kingdom, the power,
Absolutely.
and the glory.
That's it.
So again, that's pursuit.
Yes.
Seek ye first is pursue.
Yes, seek. When you seek, you're looking intently for something.
And he said that if you seek me with your whole heart, what? You'll find him.
Yes.
You'll find me. He says, when you seek me with your whole heart, you'll find me. So he's looking for you to pursue him. He's looking for us, not you, us.
Yes.
Us, because we all need to seek him.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
and when you don't feel his presence, when you don't know that he's there, know that he is there, and all he wants is for you to press in a little bit. He just wants us to press in a little bit more.
Just go after him. And so that's what we want to leave the listeners with. Seek after him. Pursue him. Go after him. Like a deer panteth after the water.
And as he encouraged Joshua, he said, what? Be of good courage.
Yes.
Just as I was with my servant Moses,
so am I with you.
So am I with you.
Absolutely.
So be encouraged. Be of good courage. Be courageous in your pursuit of God.
Yes.
When you don't feel him, be courageous. Be bold. Go after him.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on in your life, go after him.
Absolutely.
At whatever stage of life you're in, go after him.
Absolutely.
In your highs, in your lows, go after him.
Yes.
And he'll meet you right where you are.
Right where you are. Well, this is Dr. Rock.
And this is Dr. Melvin.
This is Monday Conversations. Peace.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.